fields here, but it sends an update every time you select one. And she discovered that when you select it quickly, it's not catching them in time, so your choices on the subsequent drop downs are not getting saved. We talked it over, Jonathan, the architects, Brandon, and Eric yesterday. Our interim solution for 4.15.1 is that we are no longer going to send an update when something is selected in one of these three pull downs or whatever's configured for that subclass. There's going to be a button. The button should be in the lower left, like all the other buttons. It's going to be a Save Additional Fields button, and only at that point will it fire off the update, and then you get the toasts. If any are configured to be required, of course, that button would be disabled until I select something, anything that's got the red asterisk. Let's see, what else? The continue button. Okay, well, I mean, this always holds true, but it's going to continue to hold true that the continue button will be disabled unless all required validation is met. Do we need to do anything with this? Additional fields? Do you think we should add to this tooltip? Anyone? Brendan?
If the fields are required, they already show up down there.
Okay, cool. Should I add that to the AC though?
I mean, it was part of the ACs of the original stories.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have to modify or change any logic.
Fair enough. Okay, so that is the entire scope of the story. Any questions or additions, clarification? This one is kind of hot, so we'll get to it ASAP. After we do the 4.4. So, do you have any questions on this one?
No, I don't. I'm just trying to read everything. Give me around 2 seconds. Thank you.
I was thinking about it just a few minutes ago. We've got 4.14.4, 4.15.1, and 4.16. Ouch.
Yeah, and 4.16 has a lab and dev. Good times. So point spread here looks like 2s, and Eric dropped a 3 on us. Or 2, okay. And I just realized I did not put the ticket number in the game, but so be it. I'll go ahead and drop it into the next one, clearing votes, moving on to the next. This is also 4.15.1. It's a very small cosmetic bug, but thank you, Liz, for catching this. Yeah. So apparently when the member plan UDFs went away from us displaying it in the card, it's still there, but it's just not showing labels. So we want to just make those go away, all 10 of those items in the table configuration. That's also a portal ticket because right now they are completely usable columns. Well, not completely usable, but you can make them display. You don't want to do that.
Are those UDF?
Yeah, those are the plan UDFs.
Huh.
So this
Take a look.
Yeah.
Take a look. And it looks like we do have some kind of if check that checks to see if the field is configurable. I'm not sure if that's related to the member plan, the UDF. If that's based on the UDF field itself, or that's based on a general variable. So I guess I'm just looking at the code itself right now. Oh wait, no, never mind. It's just a general variable. So we need to check some kind of field to see if um the UDF is currently set or not. I'll put down just because of research as well.
Okay. Um,
I could drop down too if people have better ideas of what's going on.
well, I don't know. We got some back and forth going here.
I could do
I
three
do
for Zach.
recall, like, if we're doing if finds on columns, that might be causing the problem. And I recall ESS table doesn't like if finds on ESS column.
I think we do this successfully somewhere for sure. So we just gotta see where it's working and apply the same pattern here.
Right, so looks like the majority has threes. So they have estimated higher than QA. Way to go. All right, moving on. Okay, this one is also very small, very cosmetic, and the reason that we're doing it is because we are in the process of adding servicing provider in a lot of places. It's going to be in search filters. We're also going to be adding queue filters, and some of you are working on the column tickets right now. The servicing provider is a thing, and for some reason here it's called service provider. I did look into it. It is only pulling off service provider when you filter on it in this particular section. Open existing auth, filter auths, and I believe that pulls like the last 12 months, and then you apply this filter, and it is only pulling off servicing provider. I wanted to make sure because that label was so odd, but it should be servicing provider. We don't use service provider.
Do you want to redo the pointing thing for
Did I not, did,
Oh.
did I not clear?
Oh,
Let me
it-
clear it.
went for me now, I think.
Well,
Can you clear this now? Everyone's blacked out. Oh, never
but
mind.
There we go.
thank you. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, let's do it again.
I think technically we all have to both clear
There's
those.
two me's. Wow.
Oh, good job, Matthew.
Yeah, there's me and another me. How did I do that?
I mean, it's free. And all right, now let's go for it. Okay. Or do we want to discuss this as the QA's ranking kind of high?
The only reason,
Yes, Pascal, go ahead.
yeah, the only reason I was thinking, if we have more places to be updated, that we have to update some steps on the test cases.
Are you saying this would show up in multiple test cases?
It could be, because the service thing, I'm not sure where else it's actually going to be displaying, because it's unit, right?
Yeah, I'm not aware of anywhere else. Like it does show up in the My Auth page as a column, and it's called Servicing Provider. And then all the other tickets that are currently in flight call it Servicing Provider. Um, and I think in the auth summary, it shows up as whatever label it's configured as in auth classes.
Yeah, I think it's displayed something else.
I try to find it. That's right now.
Oh, I picked a good subclass. Yeah, I look. That's the only reference to servicing provider, hard-coded one that the service provider that I could find.
Okay. Yeah, if that's the case, then I can move it to 1 point still. Is that okay?
Yes, which, yes, I agree with you. We can go
Yeah.
to what.
And it looks like in the summary it does do the custom user configured one from the admin page about classes. Okay. So now we're looking at Okay. Yeah, and I see the chat.
Yeah, I think 2 points is too much, but I could deal with it.
Okay. And again, that's low priority. 416 would be nice. All right, let me clear, drop the new one in. So this next one is kind of interesting, and it's, again, also very interesting that we've never done this. And it might have something to do with the fact that assessments are kind of its own module. But remember last cycle, you guys added it to the context so we would still know that we're actually in the auth when we entered assessment. Anyway, the point is clients have been requesting for quite some time, years in fact, to know what member they're working with and when they're in a case or in an auth. And then I took it back to the SMEs and Jeremy and said, well, hey, well, what about case number and auth number too? Because the original ask was they want to see the member header above assessments. Everybody agreed that was a bad idea. But now they can access member 360, see everything about that member, and also everything about the case or auth object that this assessment attachment belongs to. So that is the solution. Uh, one catch is that we've got MCG assessments, which has a second column. And we've done a whole lot of back and forth about the layout for these things. And no real winner in that battle of opinions there. So for now, we're just going to roll with this if possible. Out of scope, we're not going to worry about assessments that are embedded inside tasks or conventions. Summary pages don't have the card, neither do portal assessments, so it's just the assessment from the assessment tab of the case or an auth that we want to add these two clickable fields to M360 and the summary page in the header card. Tooltip. So I noticed some more inconsistencies. Eric, I know you said before, if I am hovering over a member's name, there's no need for it to say open member 360 for member's name, right? You could just say member 360, open member 360.
Yeah, it should say open member 360 as a describer. So it should be using our ARIA describer rather than the regular ARIA label that's applied by tooltip.
Okay.
And then that should read out the name of the user or member and then specify open member 360.
Okay, what about the visual verbiage there? Like
Sorry.
what? You're good. So like this, it would still say open member 364 Rachel Bailey on the visual.
No,
tooltip?
it would not say for Rachel Bailey on the tooltip.
Okay. But on with the already described by, it will say the name.
It will
That's right.
say the open member 360 because
it.
it'll read out Rachel Bailey initially because of the primary text right there.
Oh god.
And described by does not override the text on the name. Whereas before it was using ARIA label, which would override the word Rachel Bailey.
Copy that. Okay. That makes sense. So that said, the assumption is that we would not want it to read out the case number because I'm going to be hovering on the case number. So then that means they would just end up hearing the case number twice. So
Yep.
I will. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. So that was the only sticky point there that I needed some clarification on. If we can, please try to stick to the layout and the mockups. If there's any reason that we can't, especially in the two-column layout for the IMCG, that's fine. We can talk about it. But for now, we just want to at least get those clickable hyperlinks in there. And we talked about it in 4 different places in the help that I found. AC should be straightforward. And just another call out that these are going to be out of scope if it's inside of a task or intervention because you already have access to that. You don't want to take up real estate in that absolutely necessary. Any questions or additions to this one? I will say this was mandated by product. It was from one of those intake client requests. So this does have priority, but it's anytime during the divorce cycle. We'll find a place for it. Okay. Alrighty. Do we want to talk about this? I guess not. Okay. Alright. I will clear. Not been filled. Okay. Adding a new filter and column to auth search. And you'll notice that we're adding a lot of columns and filters to auth pages. We're going to continue to do so during 4.16. We'll be getting nickel and dimed by all these old client requests now that the bottleneck of product council is no longer in place. So we've got a mandate to make all these additions. So we'll be continuing to make rearrangements to things like auth search results and the filters there. We're going to be adding filters to queues. We're going to be adding columns across many of those pages. This is just another example of that. So we're going to add next review date, filter, and column to auth search. I believe we just added this where? I'm trying to think. Oh no, I don't think we've seen that story yet. Okay. And if I've selected on that date range, the chip shows up down here for that. We have a place to insert it. And Steve, it's going to be visible. There's the title. It's not a date time, it's just a date. Oh, here's the interesting part. If that date has passed, then we would like to wrap it in the yellow warning box like we do with overdue dates or um, members who are not eligible. And then Liz, about the verbiage, what do you think there? Like, let's say my next review date has passed. It's got a yellow box. This gets added to that bulleted list that's in the warning indicator column when present.
Yeah, I think that should be fine.
Okay. And this is just a call out that if there was no warning indicator, well, that NRD being passed will cause the warning indicator to appear, and then it would have the one bulleted out. Oh, okay, here is an ancillary detail. Let's find a member who does anybody know a member who is not eligible? I can't even search for them, can you? Huh. Anyway, the point being that we're missing a period on that tooltip verbiage. So we've got some complete sentences right next to each other, some that have a period, some don't. We can just add a period to that when it says auth is overdue. Add the period. That's all. I see all the cards are down. If there's anything to add, call it out. I'm going to flip the cards in just a moment. Okay, flipping. And we have 353, 2, 3, 3, 5, 4, 3. last but not least, again, some of these additions to the pages, auth queues. So right now, you're adding servicing provider to several different pages in UM. Now we've been given the go-ahead to add the other auth provider types, that is attending, requested, and requesting. Uh, Same callouts that, of course, it can be configured to be named anything in auth classes, but these are what the column labels are going to be. They're going to be hidden in Steve by default. They're going to be placed before servicing provider, so we've got them in alphabetical order, like they are elsewhere. And if we could minimize any additional overhead when adding those calls, and if there's any changes to the way the GUI calls an API for auth provider types, if you could just please make a note of that. If you can or can't use the targeted field querying, because that could be indicative of a component that needs to be refactored. It's just displaying as first and last name. Tooltip, open provider summary, described by label, and of course, underline hyperlink to provider summary. Tim, did you have something?
Oh, did I say something? Oh, my
Oh
mic.
no, I thought I heard something. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is straightforward. It's just like the other ones that you're working on right now. Adding service provider. It's the other auth provider types, and you probably haven't seen the last of this. As far as incorporating more auth provider oriented fields in pages. So this is just another step down that road. Auth with a non-member. Thank you. But just so you know, a preview of something that's going to be coming is going to be a collapsible filter section at the top of auth queues, and I think portal queues too. And it's going to be kind of like the one that's in auth search, but it'll be a filter that's applied to the queue. It's still in the solutioning phases with SMEs and architecture and product, but it's coming.
I was wondering too. We could also link the story that I recently did about the adding the servicing provider. It's pretty related, and people could just reference that work and do the same for the attending, requested and requesting provider.
That is a wonderful, wonderful idea. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Take my pick. How about auth queues? There we go.
Yeah. So that way it'll make this story a lot easier to do.
Got it. Right, got all the cards down, and all right. You guys come to that consensus quickly today. All right, that is all we need to do today. There's some others that I'm holding off on, but yeah, we're good. So I guess we get some time back. Awesome, appreciate everybody.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.